Hello, hello. Welcome to day 6 of Rhythm Over Intensity. And today's topic is, what does emotional maturity look like in practice? And I got to experience that firsthand now because I'm filming in a lovely cemetery park and it is a Sunday bank holiday. And I kind of did not consider that. I'm used to coming here just kind of whenever, and it's always quite quiet. There's some people, but not as many as today. And a fair few people walked by. Maybe I sat down in like a very public space. It's not too public. I thought it was off the beaten path, but a few people have walked by, and I noticed I just kind of scrunch up and like, oh, I'm not ready to shine. And I was noticing both states present where I was quite calm and peaceful. And like, of course, people can walk around. I'm happy they're enjoying nature, and I look around. It's so wonderful here. And I also was like, just want to film. Can everyone off? But this is unreasonable. So I kind of allowed myself to be present with that part, the part that was like, I just want to do this thing. I just want to film. Why is everyone walking in my way? And the other part was, soothing that and being present. I remained grounded in that kind of calmness and that openness and curiosity and compassion towards others, while allowing space for that little part of me that just that is doing this, and it's still quite raw and a challenge. And it's like, just wanna, like sounds and wriggle like a worm, 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 worm. So to summarize, I would say it is the ability to remain present and grounded in conflicting emotions to a level of intensity while also not over identifying with them. I think in the past, I definitely would have over identified with that kind of like wriggly little child being like, "Meow." I would have over identified and thought, something's wrong with me. I can't do this. I can't film. Meh, meh, meh. And I would have just probably packed up and left, really. But I'm like, no, there's nothing wrong with me filming. It is very uncomfortable because there are people around me. But at the same time, it's stepping into that discomfort. It is noticing the window of discomfort and moving between regulation and discomfort. It is being present in the expansion of that edge. And as I think about it, it's not just that. What I mentioned is one of the things, because I think it's also being present enough with your emotional environment that you can see it ebb and flow and you can respond to it accordingly. What comes to mind immediately is a situation where I'm realizing I'm not too in tune with my anger. Like, to an extent, I'm quite a fiery person, but when it comes to a certain range of anger, I tend to bypass it. I tend to kind of just sweep it under the rug, but then it kind of boils over and I'm overwhelmed by it. I over identify with it. I feel very righteous and I know exactly what is right and wrong. And I can, in the moment, it's very, very fiery. My moment of maturing that part is learning to be present more, even more with myself, and learn to be present when that dissatisfaction or frustration or anger pops up, and to not dismiss it and to sit with the discomfort of where it is trying to guide me. Is it going to disappoint other people? Is it going to frustrate someone else? Is it a slew of other things that, oh, I don't want to make someone uncomfortable? But then it's like, at what cost, though, am I going to avoid making someone uncomfortable? As I ponder further, what comes to mind is authenticity, presence, and being an unapologetic advocate of your own internal environment, be that towards others or towards yourself. It's not about getting lost in your emotions and everyone needs to know exactly everything you're feeling, but it is being willing and able to receive yourself in your fullness in any given moment, and to respond to it accordingly given the environment. Sometimes your emotions do not fit the context. I notice as I'm pondering, on one hand, I like to think I'm quite emotionally mature. Looking back on the last few weeks, woo, plenty of places of growth I've noticed, uncovered, highlighted. And I notice I'm kind of struggling to expand on what I've already said, but I'm wanting to explore this topic more, wanting to understand it more. But on the other hand, what I've said really resonates with me that, oh, yeah, it is just really not denying yourself your emotional reality or other people's emotional realities, and being able to receive yours and others' internal landscapes without, I want to say, losing your grounding. Like, yes, we lose our grounding as we dysregulate, but I would say being able to consistently come back to a place to come back to zero, as some people say. I think emotional maturity is also defined by the level of kindness and compassion you're able to exhibit, curiosity towards yourself, towards others, towards existence, able and how able you are not to be carried away by what the external world is telling you, and to remain rooted in who you are, while still allowing yourself to be swayed by the wind and to be impacted. I would say emotional maturity is being able to be present to the fullness of the human experience.